Here's your Farm and Ranch report from the Montana Ag Network.
Welcome back for today's Farm and Ranch news. Well, across the countryside, we all know that there are many factors impacting the cattle market as of late. And during the cattle industry summer business meeting in Denver, the U.S. Meat Export Federation shared with us that even with the current trade climate across the globe, U.S. beef exports are remaining steady.
The results for the first 5 months of this year are pretty darn good. I mean, we had a record last year, $8.3 billion in sales export globally, which was an all-time record by far. And we're flat or even with that pace this year. So I think we're pretty happy with that, all things considered. That being said, there's a lot of upside. I mean, if we can, there's nothing more important than Japan to the U.S. beef industry, $2.1 billion in sales to Japan, #1 market by far. We need to have a Japan ag agreement, and there's some momentum here recently, so we're very excited about that.
A U.S.-Japan trade deal could be announced in the coming weeks. As for China, U.S. beef regained access to that market in 2017. Even with duties on U.S. beef at 37% in the ongoing trade war, Chinese consumers want U.S. beef.
I think the upside is way bigger than the downside when it comes to China for U.S. beef. And there is a rather significant segment of the population that can afford our products. And our product is not the cheapest product, nor do we want it to be, but it is the highest quality product. And so that's why I say the upside, there's a lot of it. The downside of this whole discussion is I think there's a lot of moving parts with China, and a lot of them have nothing to do with agriculture. So this is the frustrating thing.
China is home to the largest hog herd in the world and to date has lost an estimated 40% of its hog herd due to African swine fever. And a new report from Rabobank says China's hog herd could be cut in half by the end of the year, which could create more opportunity for U.S. beef and other proteins.
The reality is that we don't know exactly the extent of the problem over there, but we do know there's liquidation going on the pork sector side. Live hogs are short; they're being pulled ahead, at least to some degree. So yes, there will be a shortage, imbalance of supply there. The question is when? Later this year, early next year? I mean, nobody knows for sure. I think in the end, this spells opportunity for everybody. I mean, poultry, pork, and beef. Our numbers would indicate there's not enough production in the world to make up the balance. So, yeah, this is an opportunity for the beef industry for sure.
President Trump plans to begin enacting an additional tariff of 10% on the remaining $300 billion of products coming from China to pressure negotiators to reach a trade agreement. Those talks are scheduled for September. Don't go away, more after this. Returning back today, we see that longtime U.S. House Ag Committee member and former chairman of that committee has announced he will not seek re-election. Representative Mike Conaway of Texas calls his time in Congress an honor and privilege that he cannot adequately describe. Conaway told reporters he would be term limited from continuing his leadership as the ranking member of the House Ag Committee, noting little opportunity for leadership positions elsewhere. Given the situation, he called it the perfect time for transition. During his chairmanship, Conaway led the House Ag Committee in crafting the 2018 Farm Bill and, of course, has chaired the House Ethics Committee previously as well. Well, that's all the time we have for today's Farm Ranch News. Have a great day.